ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spurs Dive. This is the match reaction to Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur, the 3-3 draw. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about, but before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and start chatting in the comments, in a live chat. I want to get involved with you guys. I want you guys to comment down below. What were your thoughts on the match? Did you enjoy the match? Was it too nerve-wracking for you? And was Emerson Royale's awareness just absolutely awful? But without further ado, let's get straight into it. And we're gonna we're gonna kick. Let's get on to the first topic, which that is. I want to talk about the defense first. I mean, 1 second, the lineup. Let's talk about that lineup. I mean, when you saw that lineup, you saw the fact that Decky was up front. Obviously, you had in that 10, which I think that was quite obvious. You had on that right, you had Brennan Johnson, who was not really involved with the game, but we're going to get into that later on. On that left-hand side, you got Brian Gill, and at strike, you had Sonny. Overall, in my opinion, that was okay. The problem came for me was back in the defense part. I'm going to call it defense. We had Lo Celso in that 8 spot, you can say, which I absolutely love him there. I think he's brilliant there. I get a lot of stick from my mate because I said that he is not a 10 player, as in he cannot play as a 10. Lo Celso does not know how to play as a 10. He's not good enough at a 10. He's great at an 8. And there we go. Proved me right once again. And then we had Bissouma, who was a very, very, very interesting player today versus Manchester City, or yesterday, depending on where you are in the world. In defence, we had Puro on the right, Destiny Udogie on the left. 2 centre-backs were Emerson Royale and Ben Davis. And in goal, we had Guglielmo Vicario. Yeah. Believe it or not, that's how I pronounce his first name. But lads, what were your thoughts on it? I mean, honestly, what were your thoughts going into the game? Did you think we were going to win at all? I mean, I thought maybe we could nick a goal. I mean, if you guys saw our match predictions, score predictions for the lineup, for the score prediction for the Tottenham versus City, you can see that I said I'm admin 1, and I said 4-1 to City. I was so pessimistic for this game. And hang on here, I'm going to just get up. I went for a... Why can't I get this bloody thing up? There we go. I'm going to share the screen right now so everyone can see. Big up everyone who's in the chat today. Spending off Monday morning with us. Love to see it. Love to see it. There we go. Let's get you on up here. There we go. Your beauty. Look at this. All right. Let's go one by one. I mean, I said 4-1 to Man City. Very, very, very pessimistic. Admin 2, which is Josh, said 3-1 to Man City. Matt, who was actually quite close, he said 4-2 to City. And Jamie said 3-2 to Man City. So to be fair, Jamie was actually the closest. He said 3-2. Wow. Not bad, not bad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to say, when I said 4-1 to City, I was thinking this is going to be an absolute stinker of a game. We're going to we're just going to be counter-attacking, not going to get much on the ball. And when we do, we're just going to be booting it up. And look, I mean, to be fair though, our CDM Bissouma kind of ruined the flow, in my opinion. If he didn't concede that goal, I'm calling that his goal. If we didn't concede that goal from Bissouma's mistake, and then we didn't concede that own goal, I'm just saying that could have been a 3-1 victory to Tottenham Hotspur. But the ref had a stinker, I'll be honest. The ref had a stinker. I would be fuming if that was me when Haaland played that ball to Grealish. I mean, that was a guaranteed goal. Let's be honest. That was a guaranteed goal. But Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur never disappoints. It never disappoints. And like we like to do, we're going to start bringing on guests. So whoever does want to join us in the stream, you're more than welcome. Just click the link in the description down below and you'll be automatically added to the stream. But let's continue with the live stream and talk a little bit about how did we score the goals. In fact, how did we maneuver the ball forward so well that Man City just couldn't deal with us? Now, I believe that the main factor to this was having Kulusevski in that 10 role because he was very physical, was able to physically beat Rodri in some departments. When Rodri got that yellow card, I think that was in the second half, this game started to shift towards us. And I'll be honest, I think Brennan Johnson on the right hand side, stinker. He had an absolute howler. Not for me. Brian Gill on the left, bless him, he's going up against Kyle Walker, one of the most physical, fastest right back, in the world. And Brian Gill is not blessed with physicality and is not blessed with pace. So, well, he is blessed. He is blessed with pace. Yeah, he is. We can say that. But yeah. So moving on. Let's move forward from that and talk a little bit about how did we actually score the goals. So I believe that once again, Kulusevski was the main threat in this. But you can't forget that Lo Celso was appearing once here and there. You'd be appearing, to score that little cheeky goal. And he did score a really nice goal. People underestimate that goal. That was bottom left-hand corner as much as possible. I mean, you only get proper ballers being able to do those kind of stuff. Now, I think we can continue playing ourselves in that centre midfield role, only because we don't have anyone else. But the question is, and what was the question? It's a good question. Who do you play when everyone's fit? You got Skippy, you got Hoiberg, you got Basuma, you got Madders, you got Bentancur, you got Lo Celso, you got Saw. I mean, you got 7 players who can essentially start for the team. Now, going into West Ham, we do have Cuti Romero. He's back. Cuti Romero is back for us. I'll be honest, that is a massive boost to us. And just in general, I mean, I honestly believe he helps us in so much that it goes under the radar how much he actually helps us, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm looking forward to have Romero back. Should we get let's get Instagram involved with this as well. Why don't we? Let's get Instagram involved with this and see what their thoughts are on the game. There we go. Yeah. But guys, I want you guys to honestly say, did you think we could get something out of this game? Because I'll be honest, I had zero faith in this team. The only thing I had faith in was an Ange and potential, a potential something in there, but nothing. I mean, in all fairness, I think what's his name? I think Sonny did well. Sonny did very very well. And match reaction. There we go. There we go. Instagram, which is going to come up in a second. So overall, good game from us. Apparently, Ange went mental at the Tottenham players in half time. Apparently, um, but I'm just happy Ange is our manager. I'll be honest. I'm just happy Ange is our manager. Uh, and yeah, not too much all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, guys, how are we doing? Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure to drop us a follow on Instagram. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, big up to everyone who's in the chat today. Would you have played Dyer yesterday? Absolutely not. He probably would have scored 3 own goals. I'm not even joking. He probably would have scored 3 own goals. So no, not for me. Big up Instagram. I'm reacting to all the Instagram comments. Let's see. Johnny Orchid, big up my friend. Good to see you in the chat. Big up to yourself. Obviously, people are on YouTube. Go subscribe to YouTube. We're bringing out content on YouTube every single day. Yid says Jelly. Big up. Hi, John Kwan. Lewis Milan. Good to see you in the chat. Mattis. So, ladies and gentlemen, big up to everyone in the Instagram. Big up to everyone on the YouTube. If anyone does want to join us on the show, head over to YouTube. There's a link there, and you can jump on the show. Thoughts on Vicarious game, mate? I'll tell you what. Vicario. He, in my opinion, is a fantastic keeper. I believe, I believe he'll be regarded as one of the best keepers in the Premier League this season. Because I'll tell you why. Because you got obviously the Allisons, you got the Edisons. That's it. That's it. And then you got Vicario. I think Vicario's. I mean, I actually got your Raya, your Ramsdales. Who would you partner with Romero? In my opinion, I think the only person you could really partner him right now is Ben Davis. I think Ben Davis is pretty solid, and I love Ben Davis. In all honesty, I absolutely love Ben Davis. And yeah, no, I'm just loving Ben Davis. Let's get Matt onto the show. Let's see if Matt wants to join us. Um, let's see where he is. Let's see if Matt wants to join us. Big up to everyone. Hello, mate. Spurs. India says min 17. Big up to yourself. Let's see if Matt wants to go on live. We are live on Instagram and YouTube. So come join. There you go. There we go. There we go. Brilliant stuff. All right. Maybe Matt can join us now for a bit of more interesting chat. But look, guys. Let's continue with this. Guys on the Instagram, please comment down below. I want to get your thoughts on the game. Honestly, what were your thoughts on the game? And Matt is going to be joining us live here on Instagram very soon on YouTube. And if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, what are you doing? You Muppets. What are you doing? Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys, the content there is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Um, where is Matt? Where is Matt? Um, yes. So I think we're gonna do play ratings very soon. I'm just gonna get the lineup for Tottenham versus Man City 3-3. Just so I can actually have the lineup in front of me because I can't. Guys, I don't remember who was in the lineup. So yeah, there we go. Lineups right there. All right, where is Matt? I was just thinking, if you think about this, City's lineup is actually so good compared to us. It really is. Richie should have been brought on earlier. 100% agree. Hey, bro, says football Sarah. Good to see you, my friend. I'm Indian. I love Tottenham, says Ro Youth. Big up, my friend. JPG Miguel. Big up, mate. Big up. Sunny Size JS. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Thank you so much. I was just thinking about this, guys. I want your thoughts as well. This team from Man City is actually overpowered. And Edison in goal, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Josco Guardiola, Rodri, Akanji, Foden, Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, Jeremy Doku, and Erling Haaland. Do you know how good of a side that is? That's outrageous. That is honestly outrageous. Sonny rouses Shinho Chang. I'll tell you what, Sonny is. Whoo. Chelsea fan, big up Josh. Fair play to Tottenham for fighting back and getting draw away. I mean, mate, I'll tell you what, it was not easy, believe it or not. It was not easy. I'm sure you know how it is to play against City. What was your score? Was it 1-1 versus City? I'm pretty sure it was 1-1, no? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 1-1. Oh, no, it was 4-4. Oh, yes, it was 4-4. I remember, no, because I was at work that day as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back, obviously, Matt to the stream. But before we do, and we struggle a lot, to be fair, Lucky Hine with Chance and Doku. Look, guys, I'll be honest, let's just get Matt on. And let's hear what his thoughts were on the match. Yes, mate, yes. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
I'll tell you what, I'm full of energy today. I'm just gassed after that 3-3 draw. I know it's not a win, but a 3-3 draw is not bad against City. I mean, Matt, what were your thoughts going into the game? I mean, we already had our match preview, but going into the game, I'm sure you weren't happy, and now coming out with a
Um,
3-3.
So I was very, very much in an odd headspace because
Yeah,
I'm so concerned about our suspended and injured players. We're missing the backbone of our team. We're struggling. But at the same time, I love Ange's confidence to always play the same way.
yeah, very true, very true.
Also, I just have like a weird confidence when it comes to playing Man City because they seem to be our lucky team. We always
Yeah,
manage to scrape a result against Man City. Don't know
we've
why.
taken the most points off him.
We have taken the most points off of Pep Guardiola.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, we're away at the Etihad with a skeleton team. By all rights, we should have been done 6-0.
yeah.
But somehow we'll come out. Now, I said before the game, obviously my prediction was 4-2. But I did say my prediction is that there will be 6 goals.
He did write it in a group chat. I have to confirm that.
I said there will be 6 goals. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be 6-0 City or 3-all or 4-2 or 5-1, but I guarantee there'll be 6 goals in this game. I don't know why, but I just felt it. I was like, I knew there were going to be 6 goals. Didn't know how they were going to come. And
That's a hell of a prediction. That is a hell of a prediction. The 6 goals. I mean, look. When you wrote it, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. When you wrote that, I was like, 6 goals. I mean, sure, it's a high score. It's 6 goals. I mean, fair play to you, no?
And thankfully, the 6 goals came as a 3-all rather than a 6-0 to City.
Mate, I would rather take a 6-0 to Tottenham than 6-0 to anyone else, mate. I'll be honest.
Yeah, obviously, but no, I thought it was a fantastic game. We did ride our luck a little bit.
Yeah.
They created a lot of chances, but in reality, against this City team, if you're going to get a result, you have to do that because they are so good. They are always going to create chances, and
Yeah.
it's just par for the course. I'm not going to lie. I personally believe that this City team is still the best team in the world right now.
I mean, you got the Real Madrid, you got the Bayern Munich, but like I kind of agree with you. I think also when you look at the squad depth that City've got, there was one point where we were putting on Skip or Richarlison, and they were just bringing on Grealish just there because Grealish is Grealish. They're just gonna bring him on, but like you get me. The squad depth difference is absolutely mental. But Matt,
Absolutely.
I would
I'm not going to lie, right? If Van de Ven, Romero, Maddison, and Bentancur were missing from that Man City side, yeah, they're great players that you would want to be playing, but at the same time, you probably wouldn't miss them because of the players that they've got to come in. You've got Foden, you've got Grealish, you've got Bernardo Silva. Okay, well they're gonna replace Maddison, no problem. You got Rodri. Okay,
it wouldn't affect them as much.
No, like if those 4 players came out of that Man City side, you probably wouldn't notice.
Yeah, no, literally.
You wouldn't notice. Whereas our side, it literally just completely scrapes us back to bare bones. Like that is the difference between their squad and our squad. They've got such depth. They've got such brilliance in their squad, and we are essentially a fantastic starting 11, and outside of that, not so good. However, Kulusevski coming into a central role, I think, is fantastic. We actually talked about it a few weeks ago before Ange started doing it.
Yeah.
And we said we'd like to see that because I personally believe, like, in a winger, I want a pacey winger.
Someone to beat their man constantly.
Yeah.
To try on go on their man.
I want a pacey winger. Okay. Someone like
Jeremy Doku.
Matoma, Neto, right? they are players who are constantly taking their man on down the outside. They're constantly taking their man on down the outside. They're constantly one-on-one. They're just one-on-one machines.
Yeah.
And that's who we want. And Kulusevski, fantastic player, but he's not that explosive player.
Well, right? so do you think if Kulusevski is not that explosive, that 10 role really suits him well, because it essentially doesn't have to be the fastest player on the pitch. All he needs to do really is get the ball out of his feet in a nice pass to someone, to one of the attackers.
Absolutely. And I think that role suits him perfectly.
Yeah.
I also think that now that Ange has given Lo Celso a couple of starts, so I'm not going to lie, Lo Celso beginning of the season, really disappointing.
Yeah,
but then
both,
I'm then starting to think that maybe he is a confidence player. Because obviously he's integral to that Argentina team. He starts for Argentina. And I'm not going to lie, Argentina are currently the world champions. So you look at a player who starts for his country, who are current world champions,
but doesn't start for
his club. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. But then you look at it and go, well, maybe he's a confidence player. And when he's coming off the bench, he just doesn't have the confidence because he feels the manager doesn't have the confidence in him and he's a bit part player.
Yeah.
But the last
if you think about it as well, it's kind of working out nicely now, because I mean, we got players injured. I mean, it's not nothing is nice when you got players injured, but I'm saying it kind of works out nicely for Lo Celso, because essentially Tottenham don't want to sell him in Jan because there's not enough squad depth in that midfield role. But then Tottenham need him to start more games because there's not enough players to fill in for his place. So, and he gets to, keep his morale high. And also, what's important for me is the fact that I want him to have a bad game, because I want him to get used to, not always being performing well, but I want him to get used to being part of that Tottenham side consistently. So if he doesn't play well, it's kind of like, okay, fine, I'm gonna do better next time. Because in my opinion, if he always plays well every single game, obviously I'd love him to play well every single game, but I don't think that's always gonna happen. And he's got to understand that if he doesn't play well, he's still gonna get another chance in this time. He's still gonna get another chance. No, do you agree or do you disagree there?
I do understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But at the same time, I think, like,
do you think we need him for squad depth?
What's the point in the player having a bad game? What I think, though, sorry, all my dogs are trying to get involved today.
Gassed after that draw. That's what
So, I think I understand what you're saying, but actually, like, why should you need a bad game just to make you realize that you can just play well every game? And
I'm saying if he gets a bad game, if he has a bad game, I want him to, like, understand the fact that, all right, okay, you're still going to be in the team next game. Like, it's not in terms of if Bryan Gil has a bad game, he's going to be swapped for Brennan Johnson instantly the next game. I want him to understand that if Gio has a bad game, he's going to be continuing playing afterwards, and he's, you get me. So is that more clear?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Bryan Gil has played well. Big ups, Josh. No, I think Bryan Gil has played well, and that's a great addition to the squad.
Yeah.
Because he is a fast winger, and he is the type of winger that takes his man on, which is great. Brennan Johnson, I think, has played well. Obviously, Son. I tell you what, we talk about Son maybe losing half a yard of pace as he's getting a bit older. Well, I'm not going to lie, for his goal, he won a foot race with Doku.
Literally. No, that was mental for me.
He won a foot race with Doku, got round the outside, nipped him with his header, and you're looking at it going, this is Jeremy Doku. He's got electric pace.
it's
So
funny. It's funny you're mentioning it because I don't know what you were thinking when you were watching the game, but when Deki made that pass, when Kulusevski made that pass, I was like, come on, just slide it through. But if he would have put that ball nicely on the plate for Sonny, I think Jeremy Doku with his pace would have outpaced Sonny. But because he did it in the air, I think Jeremy Doku's defense had to come into play with this, and he's not a great defender. I
no,
mean,
like,
yeah,
and I think that's so. Sonny showed great pace to get the
yeah.
goal. His own goal was unfortunate, but that's fine. I thought Lo Celso's goal was very good, and I thought he
Cool.
had another very good game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like, so I think we need one, maybe two pacey wingers
Mm-hmm.
in the transfer window.
Do you count Ben Johnson as needed as a replacement? As in, when you're saying you need two wingers, isn't Brendan Johnson a pacey winger?
No, he is, but I think a team should have four pacey wingers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, fair
I
enough. Fair enough.
I think a team should have four pacey wingers so that they can be interchanged because you play
Yeah.
them different games. If you play a midweek game, you want to obviously when you've got that electric pace, you need to make sure that they are fresh and 100%.
Yeah.
So,
No, very true.
and the way I see it in our team at the moment, our only two pacey wingers are Brian Hill and Brennan Johnson.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think that when Maddison comes back, it's very exciting because I think when Maddison comes back, we can then have Lo Celso, Kulusevski, and Maddison interchanging in the advanced midfield role.
Yeah.
And I think we can then have Bentancur, Sarr, and Basuma interchanging in your more defensive role.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments in the thing just to make sure everything's okay now on the Instagram. But so yeah, gone.
And I think like when you look at that, when you bring Lo Celso into the mix with Kulusevski and Maddison in the middle, you go, okay, we've got some decent depth there.
Yeah.
Right? When you look at Basuma, Bentancur, Sarr, potentially Højbjerg if he doesn't leave, okay, you then look at it and go, right, we've got some really great depth there as well.
I think the midfield, though, in general, we've got quite a fair amount of depth there. The worrying for us fans, I think you've said it as well a couple of times, is that centre back spot because
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
now we're now. I'm gonna put this out there. I like Ben Davis. I love Ben Davis, and I think we've said this a couple of times. He's one of these players that's like that's always there for us. He's always there. He always puts in a shift, and so I'm happy with Ben Davis. I'm happy for him to come in that centre back role. But we need at least one centre back to be a natural centre back and a good one. I mean, I'm not saying Ben Davis isn't a good centre back. I'm saying he's not a natural centre back. I mean, going into that January transfer window, I think we need a quality centre back. Personally, I'm thinking around Anderson, Gray. I'm trying to think of more. Who's that? Who's that Bournemouth Donny we're going for? What's his name? Lloyd
Lloyd Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah. But look, Matt, I want to go on to something a little bit of a different topic, and I think this is going to be a bit really interesting for all the viewers. Number one, big up to all the Instagram viewers. Much love and thanks for the appreciate. Can't even speak now. Whatever. Let's move on. Matt, how? Okay, I'm gonna pin you a picture. All right. Kulusevski with the ball gets fouled by Rodri, takes advantage and pings it to Sonny. But then the referee brings the ball back to the foul. Are you gonna be upset about that?
Oh, are you referring to
Yeah,
the Grealish incident?
yeah. I am so happy the referee did that. I'll be honest. I
Um,
was.
the thing is, though, right? Okay, the referee blew the whistle before Haaland. Like he blew it as Haaland played the ball.
Yeah,
Like you've got to bear in mind there was a good 3 or 4 second gap between Haaland's foul and Haaland playing the ball.
yeah,
Right. So in the referee's defence, there was a gap. Right. He didn't know Haaland was going to play that ball. Do you know what I mean? he'd already blown the whistle as Haaland played the ball. So by the time Grealish was released, he'd already blown the whistle. He blew the whistle as Haaland played the ball. He didn't know it was going to be a great ball. At the same time, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm very glad he blew the whistle. But Grealish is not the fastest of the players. He's quick, but he's not electric pace, right? He's not Kylian Mbappe, okay?
Yeah, but he was clear on goal, though.
You say that. He's 40 yards out with the ball.
Yeah, against Emerson, gone.
With defenders hot on his heels. There were 3 defenders around him, one closer than the others.
Yeah, I think in that exact scenario... Sorry, go on, continue, sorry.
Well, no, but there's a good chance
yeah,
that a defender might not have got back, but could have at least been there to put him off. It's not a guaranteed goal. If
you had to bet your money, it's a goal or it's not going to be a goal. What are you saying?
I think it's 50-50.
Because I honestly think that's a straight goal there. And personally, I think the referee had a howler.
I think it's 50-50. Don't forget, we've got Venom in goal.
Yeah,
He's got to get past him.
Yeah.
Right? It's not an open net. Look, I think it's 50-50. He could have gone on and scored. The defender could have got back and made a challenge. The defender could have put him off. He could have put it wide. The keeper could have made a save. There's so many different scenarios. Look, had the shoe been on the other foot and that was Decky running a ball to Son, would I be livid?
Livid, yeah.
Of course I would. Of course I would. Right? Yeah. I'm not going to insult Man City fans by going, oh, stop moaning about it. No, I completely understand why you're upset. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would be upset as well. So it's fair enough. I sympathise with the Man City fans. I do. But at the end of the day, the referee blew the whistle as Haaland played the ball. It's not like he waited until Grealish was through on goal and then blew the whistle. Mm-hmm. It's not like he waited until he saw Grealish through on goal and then blew the whistle and was like, nah, come back. He'd already blown the whistle.
It's really controversial. I understand your point there because the defenders could defend it back easily.
The challenge, right? Yeah. There was then a good maybe 4-second gap between the challenge and Haaland getting to the ball and playing the ball. And he blew the whistle as Haaland played the ball. Right? Yeah. At the end of the day, right, put it this way, right? Let's say he blew the whistle, Haaland played the ball, and Haaland overhit it by 20 yards and it went through to Venom.
Yeah.
They're then going to be happy that he's blown the whistle and brought it back for a foul. So at the end of the day, he didn't know where Haaland's pass was going to go. Haaland could have overhit it by 20 yards and then they'd have been like, oh yeah, good, we wanted the foul. As it happens, Haaland played a very good pass and unfortunately that's the case. But look, if it was Tottenham, would I be upset? Probably. Especially at the end of the game, especially when you're going on to try and win the game 4-3. I get it. Okay?
Yeah.
But at the same time, look, the ref did what he thought was right. Unfortunately, it may have worked against them in the end, but he'd already blown the whistle.
Well, look, we're going to close this off segment with the last couple words. Number one, look, I understand the point where, the referee, in all fairness to him, Grealish didn't get the ball exactly, and nothing to do with the referee. The fact there was 3 defenders there, I get that point. In the other side, though, it's a bit of a stupid call because you're playing advantage, and it's already passed. So you've got to let the game flow, and also it's a brilliant pass. But look, let's get a caller on. Matt, we've got someone in the waiting room. Let's get the caller on and hear his opinion on the game. We're going to.
Is this a Villa fan to come and give me abuse for my score prediction?
No, it's not a Villa fan this time. He's actually been on it a couple of times. Andrew, if you do want to come on, mate, you're more than welcome to. We'd love to get you on to Spurs Live. Andrew is on the on Instagram live stream, so big up to yourself, Andrew. And so let's get Tom on.
Don't join it. Can you let me on? Can you let me on? Hello, Tottenham. Hello. Tottenham. How are you?
We're gonna give this a. Oh, We're gonna give this a couple minutes. So what were your thoughts on the match, mate?
I think it was a very good game. Same. I think we got back nicely.
And what was your score prediction going into the game?
I thought it was gonna start like after the first goal. I thought it was gonna end like 2-1 to us, but then they scored 3 minutes later, and then just keep going.
And your man of the match?
I think the man of the match maybe was Son or Kulusevski.
Fair enough. Well, look, Tomet, appreciate you coming on. Any last words?
No, really.
All right, amazing, good stuff. Big up to yourself.
Thank you. Wait, let me say hello. Good day.
All right, yeah, that was a bit of a quick one. I'll be honest. There we go. That's a bit of a quick one. Matt, look, I want to do a bit of player ratings. You know, if there's anyone who does want to come on, we'll give you a couple minutes to say your piece. But Matt, I think we should get straight into our player ratings. What are you saying?
Pardon?
Get into our player ratings?
Okay, well, we'll start at the back. Vicario, 7.
Yeah, you can say 7. I'm just trying to think, like, because it was 3 goals. Sonny goal, you couldn't do anything about it. Second goal, please remind me, what was how was the second goal? Oh yeah, a bit of a tiki-taka inside the box. Foden,
yeah, the second goal was Foden close in. And the third goal, again, Grealish, middle of the box. Defenders nowhere near him. Like, I think a 7's I think a 7's an all right score for Vicario. He had a couple of good saves. I thought he had a decent game. Yes, he let in 3 goals, but I didn't think there was a lot he could do for them. So I thought his performance was a solid performance.
Yeah,
I thought it was a decent performance. Like, it wasn't world beating. It's not a 10, but I thought a 7 was an all right score for him.
I'd give him a 7 as well. Yeah.
Porro.
I think he had a really good game. I'll be honest. I think he's like an 8.5 in my opinion. I think, you know why, Matt? You know why? Let me explain to you why. Going into the game, the only player, the most I was scared about, the player I was most scared about was Jeremy Doku. Now, I think Porro dealt with him so well, and overall, I think he deserves an 8. Porro. I know you're kind of disagreeing with me. What are you thinking of Porro?
No, I'd probably go 7 again.
So 7.5? Looking like a 7.5 then.
We'll agree. We'll split the difference. 7.5. Okay.
7.5.
Fine.
Left back. What are you saying, Udoki? He had a quiet game, no?
Yeah, I think he's a 7 again. I thought it was a solid performance.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he didn't do anything incredible. He was a bit muted going forwards.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
But you're playing against a fantastic Man City team, so it's difficult to show that attacking flair when you're worried about the likes of Foden, Bernardo Silva, Haaland. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No, I thought he's probably a 7.
7 makes sense.
The 2 centre backs. So what with Davies and Emerson?
Let's start with Davis. I think that'll be a bit easier. Davis, what are you saying? I think Davis overall, I'm going to give him like a 6.5. I mean, he conceded 3 goals at the end of the day. Whether or not it's his fault, he conceded 3 goals, and I didn't really see much of him going forward as much as I'd like to see him progress the ball a bit.
Both centre backs were a 6.5.
Oh, I'm gonna have to disagree with you with Emerson, though. I have to disagree with you. I'm gonna have to go with a 5 for Emerson. I think it was a stinker this game. I think he was so bad.
No, I disagree.
How many times did he give the ball away? He gave the ball away so many times.
Yeah, but
there was times they were doing step overs for no reason. Right. What's he doing? Doing step overs.
Both centre backs are 6.
All right, we'll do that. All right, 6 full centre backs. CDM Bissouma. I've got my thoughts on him. What are your thoughts on going for the game? Because I mean, he was not. Not great.
I'd call him a 6 as well.
Agree.
I'd call him a 6.
Yeah.
Like, he was okay. There were some moments which were great, but he did get caught in possession a few times, and yeah, I think I'd call him a
Led to goal.
Kulusevski and Lo Celso.
Yeah, I think Lo Celso I'd give him like an 8.
I think Kulusevski. No, I think Lo Celso 8, Kulusevski 7.5.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe. Yeah, 7.5 for Kulusevski sounds about right.
I think 7.5 for Kulusevski. I think Lo Celso an 8.
Yeah, Lo Celso. Okay, we'll get to man of the match later on. The right winger. What you let's go with Brennan Johnson, right winger.
Johnson was on the left, mate.
No, because I'm saying from the starting 11.
Oh, okay, right.
So I think Brennan Johnson a 7, a calm 7. Didn't do too much throughout the game, but he did get involved quite a fair amount going forward at some points of the game. No.
Yeah, I'd say the two wingers were 6.5, 7.
I'm gonna go with Brennan Johnson 7 and Brian Gill a 6.5. I think Brian Gill was good.
I can go with that.
And Sonny, what are you thinking with Sonny?
It was a relatively quiet game.
Yeah.
But
he did have an own goal and a goal.
Yeah, he did show some very good moments. So probably go 7.5 for him, maybe 7.
Yeah,
7.
I think 7 makes sense because he just scored that own goal, which was a bit unlucky. The substitutions, I don't really want to get into the substitutions too much, but I do want to say now, can we just do a quick man of the match for Ange Postecoglou? Man of the match, a play rating for Ange Postecoglou. What were you thinking for Ange Postecoglou as a play rating?
10.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, what?
No, but I'd say 8. I'd say 8.
I'd say 8.5. I'd be honest. I'd say 8.5.
I would not disagree with that. Look, I just love his confidence in his conviction.
Yeah.
I love that, like, because obviously everyone was talking before the game. They're like, oh, he's going to the Etihad. He's going to have to change. He's going to have to change. And then straight after the game, everyone's gone, wow, he did not change at all.
Yeah.
And that's
a quick thing on this, Matt, because I want to end the stream soon. So a very quick thing, Matt. Do you think this is something? It's going to come to a point where it kind of like, it kind of hits us back, because at the end of the day, we're all happy he doesn't change. But do you think at some point it's just gonna bite us back that he's not changing?
I actually don't think so.
So you don't think it's going to be like a Conte, where the fact that Conte never changed, and at the end of the day, it's too predictable what he was doing, so Conte got found out?
Well, no, and the reason I see it as completely different, right, is because, yeah, Conte was like that, but Conte was defensive, so teams worked out how to play them and attack them, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with Ange, like the same as City never changed the way they play.
Yeah.
They might change their formation a little bit.
Stones comes in.
Yeah, like, so they do have a bit of change in personnel. Yeah. But the actual way they play, pressing their football, their passing, the way they play pretty much never changes. Mm-hmm. Right? And you don't look at them and go, oh, well, teams have worked them out because of the quality. And so the way I see it is, because of the way Ange plays, because he's playing progressive attacking football, yes, teams know exactly what to expect, but I'm sorry, if we're playing our progressive attacking football, they might know what to expect, but it doesn't mean they can deal with it.
Yeah. Well, so, that's when we need the quality going forward.
Yeah, but I think Lo Celso coming in is like a new signing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Lo Celso coming in and playing to the level he has the last 2 games, it's like having a new signing mid-season, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? And then this excites me, because if Lo Celso and Kulusevski play to that level, brilliant. Right? Basuma, Sarr, Højbjerg, I think, can do a job in Bentancur's absence. And then Bentancur comes back again. Fantastic. Really excited about that. we need 2 new centre backs and two more wingers. That's what I see us needing. I think we need 4 players, 2 wingers, 2 centre backs. If we get 2 electric wingers and 2 solid centre backs, I see us competing at the top of the table come the end of the season. Now, do I think we're going to challenge for the title? No, I don't. But I do see us being in with a very good shout for top 4.
I agree. I think our aim should be top 4 Champions League, and I think we can do. We can get the Champions League now. Who was your man of the match for the game? I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna give a big shout. I'm gonna give a shout to Kulusevski. A shout to the Kulusevski. I think he played very well, but I think my man of the match has to be Lo Celso. Who's your man of the match?
I'd have picked Lo Celso as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
If we're talking Tottenham, there's probably about 5 Man City players who could have been in with a shout for man of the match. Not going to lie, but if we're strictly talking Tottenham, I think Lo Celso is a strong shout, very strong shout for him.
A little side thing for me as well. Big shout out to Pedro Porro. I think he did absolutely incredible, and Jeremy Doku only completed 1 dribble past Porro the whole game. That's the least he's done. That's a shared least he's ever done since signing for City. But ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the show. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Head over to YouTube if you're on Instagram and drop us a like on the video and subscribe if you're on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. First, follow us on our socials. Matt, lovely having you on here once again, my co-host. As usual, any last words?
Come on, you Spurs.
Brilliant stuff. Come on, you Spurs. Have a good day. Bye-bye.